Alright, so this video is going to trigger some people, but let me state this clearly. This is an opinion piece. This is not advice to anybody, but I wanted to share this because I made a video about a year ago, a little over a year ago now, called Why I Quit Selling Beats Online. And later on that year, obviously because we all had a lot more time on our hands and everything, I ended up going back to pursuing that. I really thought that that could be the main income generator for me. I felt like I'd put a lot of time into it and my mixing was getting better, my workflow was getting better with it. So I could start generating some income on that while I was still focusing on sync licensing, producing for TV and film placements, because that's really where I saw myself going in the long term in my music career. This time around, I dove hard into it. I started getting more involved in the live streams, commenting on all of the main channels, like Producer Grind, DJ PS-1 and the BeatStars content. I even joined a couple Patreons for producers to get some one-on-one feedback or like a small group feedback session. Don't get me wrong, there's multiple ways that you can pursue being a producer nowadays or a beat maker. Well, that's a whole other conversation. The thing that kept turning me off from this is the second time that I've quit now. To be honest, this is 100%, I'm done. But the thing that kept turning me off is that, I don't know any other way to say this, but I feel like you have to pimp your music out. And like, I understand, yeah, there's a lot of business aspect to it, especially if you're looking to somebody to get into the industry. You got to network and you got to get in the trenches and do all that kind of work. But to be somebody who's trying to sell beats, posting them on BeatStars, building your customer catalog and things like that, I don't feel good about making music and then routinely every day spending time to either pay for ads to reach the people, or, you're cold calling people, you're DMing guys, you're constantly looking and it's like, look what I made. Do you want this? I can't wrap my head around the whole idea of peddling your beats to other artists whom a lot of aren't willing to pay for it. Like, I get it, years ago you'd have to peddle your music, etc., by going on tour and pitching your CD to record labels and things like that, but that's different. Those are people that are willing to pay for things. And in my last video, that's one of the things I talked about, right? Like, it's different building with an artist one-on-one, somebody especially, working for free, essentially, under the assumption that you're both creating value for yourselves down the line. Again, one of the things that I was saying in the last video is just like, that's why I wanted to continue to focus on the TV and film sync licensing, because those are people, they have a budget. They're looking to pay for music. There's a different type of professionalism to it. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of professional artists out there. I've encountered some myself, but I just can't help but think that this whole mentality of having to cram your beats down somebody's throat, pay for the ads to do that, or constantly DM people and things like that, I feel like that's not a positive thing in the music industry. And for me, I'm a little older, so for anybody that's younger watching this, and maybe they don't have the same type of feelings attached to music, but I mean, like, I used to have to go to a store, pay $20, sometimes $30 for an album from an artist, and that's the only new music that I'd be able to hear until I could afford to go buy another CD as a kid. And like, in today's music market, especially within the producer community, they're always talking about content. Your music is content. It's a product. All this. No, it's art, man. Like, it's fucking art. I'm sorry. And sure, the barrier to entry is way lower now, which is why you have all this competition. I always hear the number that it's estimated there's 2 million producers on BeatStars, which is absolutely insane. But I really wanted to make this video to kind of like open up a dialogue to maybe some people who weren't ever in that scene of making beats to sell online to people and their perception of it, or people that are still doing it right now. And like, maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. I tried my hardest to look at it in all the different ways possible, but just for me, I'm not the salesperson type of guy. I may speak well on camera and things like that, but like, I tried it and I just can't do that. I can't, hey man, I really like such and such track. I think I have some beats for you. What do you think? You don't pay for beats? Okay then. And yeah, if you're still with me and you're angry because you're somebody who's trying to pursue this, like I said it in the last video, there's tons of people that are doing this very successfully. And I applaud them because I know that it's not easy. You can automate so many things, but you still got to have a high output. There's so many different lanes that you got to be in. You got to have your YouTube beat videos. You got to put it on Instagram, and maybe you're trying TikTok to grow even more. And then you have an email list that you're running. You might have a ClickFunnels that you're running. Like, it's crazy what it takes to do that. But I mean, it is a business. And for me, it just started to get to that point where it was just way too much about a business and only a tiny bit about making music. And it just interfered with me and my artistic integrity, for lack of a better word, because those are my beliefs. Like, I make music because it's art. It allows me to express myself. It invokes emotion in other people. And I can't think of it as a product. When I'm writing for sync music, making production music, it has to be a specific emotion. You have to write something in a specific emotion. So like, there's already that attachment there to it. You're like, okay, I'm writing something that's triumphant. And so you kind of already have that satisfaction. Like, if you're doing it right, you already know that the end product is evoking exactly what you were hoping the listener would get out of it, which to me is like the real only value exchange when you make music. Is that I'm making the music for you to listen to, and in return, you're getting the emotion that I expected you to get out of it. You're getting some sort of value out of it, which is why I love, making these videos on this channel. Hopefully showing some people that you shouldn't stick to one genre, because music and life are way too diverse to just make the same thing over and over again. And I have zero regrets this time around making that choice to stop it, because it allowed me to reconnect with my roots. I got back into guitar playing after many years of not playing, and I want that to kind of be my centerpiece for me as a musician, to constantly help me evolve and create new ideas. And it's allowed me to have a healthier relationship with producing hip hop again, because I got so sick and tired of doing it. So I don't know, man. Let me know. Maybe I'm way out of line here. Maybe I missed something that ruined my experience trying to do that. But I think what it ultimately boils down to is just that, like, I couldn't do it as a business. Music isn't a business to me. The business is taking the art form that I love doing. I love creating music, and learning how to create a business out of that. And I don't think that should include like insurance salesman tactics. Probably the best way for me to say it. So let me know. There's probably some people that are subscribed to me because I was making some hip hop tutorial videos for quite a while there, and you've subscribed. Some of you have stuck around, and I really appreciate it. But that's gonna wrap up today's video. I'm gonna do some more of these videos where I'm just kind of spilling my thoughts out with the topic at hand. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.